I'll tell you what, when you work for a Zoolotoon, you might think that everything's going pretty well because you're getting paid. The fact of the matter, however, is that sometimes what happens is that when you work for Zoolotoon, you have a situation where they're going to give you all kinds of bad references. They might say all kinds of bad things about you. It might be the case that once you're done there, they might claim that you're incompetent, that you don't know what you're doing. They might have a lot of things to say. And typically, what the motivation of these Zulatunes might be is they might be jealous because maybe they've worked somewhere for 20, 40 years and you've come in with many college degrees and stuff like that. Maybe you're at the top of your class and maybe they're trying to prove a point that somehow their experience is superior to your education. It's one of those deals where sometimes it can be hard to win against Zoolotoon. And I say win against when really, people should be working as a team at business. But it's one of those situations where you might have to try to win against them because they're just entirely against you. And against you to the point where, they're really struggling to make sure that you have a defeat and they have a victory. And this is really sad. It's sad when Zulatoon's like that. And it's not right, but it's very unfortunate, and sometimes it's the reality of today's world. And sometimes what it is that companies they compete so fiercely and there's just so much, strong competition out there that what happens is that, people get eliminated pretty easily. And, maybe there's a huge vulnerability there that, Zulatoon sees. They don't want to be eliminated. So it's either eat or be eaten. And when it's like that, like I say, it's very sad. But you see, what you have the power to do is to start a franchise. Typically, if you got, some money, some decent money, you could go out and you could buy a franchise and, you can set up shop and, start working for yourself. When you own a franchise, you're working for yourself, but not by yourself. And that helps out a lot. And you get a proven business model. It just makes a huge difference. Then you don't have to worry about Zulu.